What's up, WODprep fam? Chad here. Ben's taking a quick break today, but don't worry, I have a sick video for you. Today's video is all about why you should not register for the CrossFit Open. This time of year, everyone's all like, you should register for the CrossFit Open. You should do the Open. That's stupid, bro. I'm gonna completely dismantle and deconstruct like some sort of mathematician why you just shouldn't be doing the CrossFit Open. I got 5 tips or 5 reasons why you shouldn't do it, and there's probably so many more, so make sure you leave a comment below and let me know what reasons you have for not registering for the CrossFit Open. And without further ado, let's move on to reason number 1. Reason number 1 to completely avoid the CrossFit Open is you're not allowed to skip reps. I want you to imagine you're in the middle of a spicy little Metcon. Let's say that Metcon has 20 bicep curls in it. You're doing the Metcon, you're tired, you're checking out all the chicks in the gym, and you get to about rep 8. And you decide that you're too tired and you just want to stop and move on to the next set. Normally, what I would do, and what you probably do, is you get to 8 and then you just say, I'm done. And then you drop the dumbbell and move on to the next movement. But what's terrible about the CrossFit Open is that someone is literally counting you the whole time. In this hypothetical scenario, when you get to rep 8 and you put down the weight and you go to the next movement, someone's gonna say, no, you can't do that. And that's ridiculous. This is a free country. It's a free planet, it's a free world. If I want to move on to the next set and say that I'm done with the dumbbell curls, I should be able to do that. But in the CrossFit Open, they have these judges that just judge you, and it's terrible. So that's like a super duper epic reason to not register for the CrossFit Open, because you have to actually do all the reps. And if that's not crazy enough, wait until you hear reason number 2. If you're anything like me, when it comes to food, women, financial advice, and CrossFit, you have absolutely 0 standards. But the worst part about the CrossFit Open is that they have standards. And what I mean by that is there's that effing judge just judging you. Not only are they making sure that you accumulate the right amount of reps, they also are making sure that you uphold a certain level of standards. And as mentioned previously, standards suck. Let's say the workout calls for the 20 bicep curls as previously discussed, and then you have to move on to 20 pull-ups. Well, in a perfect world, in my world, pull-ups are done by simply moving up and moving down. So we got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 20, whatever. So in the CrossFit Open, not only are they gonna make you count, but this movement standard bullshit makes it so that you have to actually have your arms fully locked out with the size of my biceps, I don't even know if that's physically possible. And then also you have to get your chin above the bar. What? So that's just one of many examples. But in the CrossFit Open, it doesn't matter whether you're doing pull-ups, whether you're doing bicep curls, whether you're doing squats, really all of them. There's some just idiot human that's judging you for the way that you move. For that reason, I'm out. Oh, I never said that you could talk to me. I'm very busy right now. Reason number 3 to completely avoid the CrossFit Open is that you might actually make friends. Friends are the worst. You have to actually talk to them in person. For a lot of CrossFit gyms, they have these things called Friday night lights during the Open. And it's where the whole gym comes together and acts like they are friends, and you hit the workout together. And frankly, it's super annoying because, let's be honest, who needs friends when you can have followers? For me, it personally affects my interaction with my followers because when I'm there trying to get the good grams, I have all these people in my way, talking to me, asking me questions, offering to give me advice, and I just don't like it. So, if you would like to focus on your followers more than real friendships, I highly suggest that you avoid the Open at all costs. Reason number 4 to avoid the Open is because you might have to do things you don't like. And let's be honest, that sucks. Here's a prime example. The other year, I was doing the CrossFit Open, and apparently this machine was used in an event. Now, you and I both know this machine can be used in a lot of outstanding ways. For instance, first we have the seated bicep curl, right? Obviously, that's how this machine should be used. We also have the one arm pull thing. Okay, we got that. And then of course, a tried and true, we have the tricep extension. But what's super lame about the CrossFit Open is they turn this blessed machine into an implement of death and cardio destruction. If you know anything about cardio, it's very hardio and should be avoided at all costs because it affects your gains. So one reason of many to avoid the CrossFit Open is you're gonna be forced illegally, against your will, to use pieces of equipment in ways that they're not supposed to be used. For instance, this bicep machine is turned into a rowing machine. Also, there's times where you have to do things like burpees. There's times where you have to do things like thrusters. There's times where you have to do things like handstands. There's times where you have to do things other than bicep curls. There are movements in the open that fundamentally destroy your gains. Double unders, for instance. Who does that? So reason number 4 to avoid the CrossFit Open is because it's gonna push you out of your comfort zone and make you do things that you don't wanna do. And also, it's gonna hurt your gains. So don't do it. Make sure that this stays a bicep machine and avoid the CrossFit Open at all costs. If you're anything like me, then your ego resembles something like this. This is one of those really, really long light bulbs that, when drops, shatters into a billion pieces. The thing about the CrossFit Open that really, really grinds my gears is that oftentimes your ego is challenged. And what I mean by that is that in the CrossFit Open, you are scored and measured against other people. If you were to ask me, hey, Chad, how good are you at CrossFit? I would tell you, I'm the best CrossFitter in the world. If you were to ask me, hey, Chad, how much can you deadlift? I would say, I can deadlift at least 700 pounds. If you were to ask me, hey, Chad, what's your Fran time? I would say, too short to count, bro. But here's the thing, in the CrossFit Open, claims like that are challenged. If your ego is so fragile like mine, it might shatter when faced with the reality that you are not as good as you thought you were. In order to completely avoid shattering your ego into a million pieces and being challenged by other people and realizing that you're not as good at CrossFit as you've been telling your grandmother for years, then completely avoid the Open at all costs. So there you have it, folks. There are 5 simple reasons why you should avoid the CrossFit Open at all costs. Honestly, it's totally the worst, and you can save your ego some money and a whole lot of friendships, and honestly just focus on your followers if you just avoid the Open altogether and focus on the gram. So with that being said, leave a comment and let me know down below if you have any other thoughts, any other reasons on why you should avoid the Open. If you have any feedback for me, I know this is one of my first full videos that Ben's let me do on the YouTube's channel. Seriously appreciate you watching. Thumbs up if you liked the video. Thumbs up if you didn't, because, right? Yeah, if you are super dumb and actually do register for the CrossFit Open, I know that Ben was saying that he has a whole bunch of free stuff that he's going to be sending, including free training guides to help people each week of the CrossFit Open. I don't know, sounds ridiculous. I'm not into it. I'm not going to register. But if you ever wanted to, make sure you click the link below or the link in the top comment, or just whatever, I don't care. And yeah, I guess I'll maybe see you in another video. Peace, losers. Should be able to do that, but in the CrossFit Open, they have these judges that just judge you. It's terrible. So that's like a super duper epic reason to not register for the CrossFit Open, because you have to actually do all the reps. And if that's not crazy enough, wait until you hear reason number 2.